Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now that we went over the main notes and we went over number 4, let's go ahead and continue with some other problems from our lesson today. So let's go ahead and go into OneNote. Let's go ahead and go into OneNote, which is over here. And let's go ahead and do some of these problems, beginning with number 6. And I'm going to go through these fairly quickly. And so for number 6, without overcomplicating things, please don't let the 4 hours confuse you. The total price for the job that these people are charging for is $649. Notice the way that I said that. The total price of what they're doing is $649, and they want to mark it up, increase the price by 10% of $649, what they charge. What is all that? Well, 10%, immediately 10 over 100. That's half of my fraction, of my proportion of my 2 fractions. And the original price, the total price is $649. And we want to know, well, what is 10%? That is my X. I don't know what 10% of 649 is, but I know that that is my total amount. Let's find out how much that's going to go up by first. Okay, it's going to go up by 10%. Well, what is 10% of 649? Let's do that. Step number 2, we're going to cross multiply. We have 100 times X. So again, I'm going to make an equation. And on one side, I have 100 times X. And on the other, I have 649 times 10, which is 649 with an extra 0, so 6,490. Final step, we always divide by the number next to the letter. The letter's right here. So I'm going to divide by 100. And whatever I do to one side, I do to the other, divide by 100. So my 10% increase is going to be an increase of, when we divide by 100, you just move decimal twice to the left, of $64.90. If they're going to mark up the price, if they're going to mark up the price by 10%, they are marking it up by $64.90. $64.90. That is the markup. Okay, 10% of 649 is $64.90. All right, so the answer to C would be $64.90. Now the question that becomes, well, what are they going to charge now for those 4 hours? If their original price was $649 and they're going to mark it up by $64.90, then obviously, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to increase that by $64.90. Now, I'm going to leave you to do that on your own. But notice again, all I'm doing is I'm actually adding the amount that was equivalent to 10% of 649. All right. That's what we do in the store. Whenever something is marked up 10%, you want to know what 10% of the original price is, and then you add that to the original price. If something is being offered 10% off, that is, you take 10% of the original amount and you subtract that from the original amount. That would be a discount. So that is exactly what is happening here. Hopefully that made sense. And let's practice organizing some of these. Let's go over here to number 8. Notice that it says find 45% of 649. Well, 45% is the same thing as 45 out of 100. And my other fraction of means that 649 is my total, so 649. And we're looking for that up here. We're looking for the part of the whole. What part of 649 is 45% is equivalent to 45 over 100? Same thing as before, ladies and gentlemen. Once we do this, let us go ahead and cross multiply. So that's going to give me 100x. And we would multiply 649 times 45. And once you found out what that is, we would divide both sides by the number next to the variable, which would be 100, the number next to the letter. So we first have to multiply and then divide by 100, and that would give us what 45% is. Please make sure you're mindful of your decimals. All right, that's fine and dandy, but what about something like what we see in number 12? What is 108% of 112? Ladies and gentlemen, we're used to percents being less than 100, but here it says 108%. Let's not forget what we learned already. that anytime we are doing a percentage, ladies and gentlemen, a percent is always out of 100. So as soon as I see 108%, that's it, 108 per 100. That just means that we want to know our amount is going to be more than our 100%. And remember, it says of 112. That means that 112 is my total. And we want to know, well, what is my part? 100% is 112. In this case, let's say $112. But it's saying, well, what's 108%? I would expect X to be something greater than 112 because 100% is 112. Something less than 100% would be less than 112. Something more than 100%, like in this case, 108%, it's going to be more than 112. But we do the exact same process, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to make an equation with our cross products. 100x is going to be on one side. It doesn't matter which side. 100x, 100 times x. And then the other, I would do 108 times 112. And then once I multiply my final step, I'm going to divide both sides by the number next to the variable, which is 100. So again, I would divide both sides after I multiply by 100, same exact process. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you found this helpful. I'm going to keep it short. At this point, they're just wanting to know what the percentage is. It's not asking me to mark anything up or to discount anything. So we're keeping it simple. I hope you found this helpful, ladies and gentlemen. And with that in mind, I will see you next time.